Hello fam, I am back despite me not feeling good ever. Hopefully you can't hear the heater in the back. I am at my parents' house once again, just chilling. My boyfriend is working today. I have two puppies with me, my parents' puppy and my puppy. My puppy is currently hurt. He ran away on us yesterday, just in our neighborhood. We kind of live in like a rural farm-ish country, kind of out of town. Anyways, the dogs roam all the time, but there's chickens and stuff, so I don't know where he went, but he came back with a limp, so no like serious issues. But anyways, who cares? You guys are like, get on with the video. I never know if people like intros or not, and if they want to know what's going on. Usually I want to share that maybe at the end, so that if you just want to watch the video, you can watch the video, and then if you don't want to know stuff about my life, it's okay, you can skip that. I will say though, sitting by a Christmas tree, because you know it's almost that time, and we got Olaf chilling in the back. Okay, today's video is going to be how I got functional neurological disorder. I cannot directly answer this question. I don't know that anybody can, but it is an interesting topic. I am very curious to know why. I have heard different theories from people, so I'm just gonna share them. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you why exactly. I can just tell you from my experience. So I don't think that my doctor told me why they thought that I got it. And when I was diagnosed at the time, I was like in quite a bit of distress. I was like not walking and on a very high dose of medication, so my brain was just kind of like not working. So they were just trying to like sort me out and get me better. So the topic never really came up. Yeah, I remember him like telling me to research it, and I did, but I don't remember ever there being a time where we sat down and talked about why I got it. My psychiatrist, she has mentioned that there is a link between my functional logical disorder and having autism, but she didn't really say what. And I have like theories, or I've heard theories, and one of them is, I've gone through life extremely anxious, trying very hard to just get over my anxiety, when this whole time I've just been masking, and I've been very I might have an episode. I'm having like breathing tics, and I usually like forget what I'm talking about when it starts to happen. I feel like I'm dissociating. I feel very spaced out. I'll see if it'll pass. My symptoms have changed like significantly recently, going up in dose in the venlafaxine. I feel very spaced out as like a warning for like seizures, and yeah, I'll be like spaced out for quite a while before stuff happens. And it's kind of funny because I can like feel it happening, but I can't always like articulate to people. Like someone will be having a conversation with me and I'll just sit there and be like, as I'm like, floating off into space. My hand is doing stuff that I can't control right now. I'll see if I can get through it. It's been not a great day. It hasn't actually been a great week, but I'll talk about that later. Anyways, I'm thinking really hard with my brain. I've been going through my life masking and trying, like ignoring the fact, not ignoring, sorry. I'm trying to get through this. I wasn't aware that I was overstimulated in life, and so yeah, I've just been trying so hard to be atypical when I'm not, and so I think that just creates a lot of stress when you're trying so hard all the time, especially when you're just fighting to tolerate overstimulation. That is the worst feeling ever, and I've just dealt with that like my whole life. And so I started to have like really bad meltdowns last year, where he's my puppy. Hi puppies. Yeah, where I was trying to work and I would, like once a week, I was just so stressed, and then all of a sudden the smallest thing would set me off and I would cry hysterically and like rock on the floor and like be mute and just horrible, like screaming, like feeling almost suicidal, just these really bad breakdowns and not knowing why, and I was just like having really bad panic attacks. And then I just started to feel like sick for a while, and I just kept pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. And so people like online, I used to be called convergence disorder because they thought it was like mental stress converting to physical stress. And now I don't completely believe that, but like that's kind of like the theory here behind this, is that I was just so mentally stressed that it turned into physical stress. So like that is kind of a theory, like my psychiatrist's theory. I think my doctor's theory too is like mental stress turning into physical stress. And I like could hop on that, but I just like really do not understand. The brain is so complex. Like I do not understand how that can happen. It is so weird. Like I am still processing everything that has happened and why it's been happening. It's just like complete mind blown. And then I saw a dietitian. Her name is Dr. Brooke Goldner. You can look her up on YouTube. She's quite famous for healing herself of lupus by a like pretty crazy vegan diet, raw vegan, I think. And when I first got sick, my mom loves her. My mom is like really into health, so she booked this appointment with this. I think she's like I can't remember. I know she does diet, but she's a doctor, and she also is some sort of psychiatrist. But she's from the States, so like she couldn't take me on fully. We just kind of did an appointment to chat. And her theory, I'm sitting on like a cord. Her theory was that I had childhood trauma. And so that's like a theory too, that like if you have emotional trauma or physical trauma, it can set it off. I don't think I have childhood trauma, but like I have great parents, and I mean my upbringing was rough, like a little rough, like everyone has a little bit of a rough go in life. I don't know. But my mom had cancer when I was 5, I think. So there is this like theory that that had some traumatic whatever effect on me, but I don't think so. That's because I don't remember it, and I don't know why, and I don't know why. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna like lean towards the autism one, but it's weird. Like, I'm curious to know like when it actually started, like what you could consider like my first symptoms, because like I started having really bad bladder pain when I was like 17, 18. And it got really bad, and it was horrible for years. Like, and I finally got help when I was in my early 20s. And I saw a kidney specialist, and I just kept feeling like I was having really bad bladder infections, but there was no infection there. So I saw a physiotherapist about it, and she did like pelvic floor therapy, and they taught me about chronic pain. And so the word interstitial cystitis was thrown around, and so I had chronic pain. So there was essentially nothing wrong with my bladder. It just my brain was just signaling that there was pain, and so I had really bad pain for years. And then she kind of taught me like doing like pelvic floor exercises could help like kind of connect to my bladder, and by meditating like through the pain. And so eventually it got like way better. I still have issues with it, but I know like how to make it feel better. But I started having that, yeah, when I was like 17, and that was like my first bad relationship. I'm not gonna say, I don't want to talk about relationships on here, but I've had a few questionable relationships, and yeah, I don't hate anybody for it, but I think it's possible too that the stress from my relationships have maybe started that. And then the first time I had a non-epileptic seizure was when I ate weed butter in pasta, and that's like anytime I've had marijuana, that has been like some of my worst seizures, quite bad and lengthy. Although I have had some that have also been terrible, but like 10 out of 10, if I have marijuana, I will have a really bad seizure. I've also had a seizure where like I ended up screaming uncontrollably, which was super weird. Anyway, that has like nothing to do. So this video is going a little off track. That is my theory that autism, maybe? I don't know. It is interesting. I just like love that you can't like see his eyes. He's a mess, man. But yeah, have not been feeling good since I've gone through like a couple days without the venlafaxine, because the pharmacist told me I didn't need it. And so I've just been, yeah, I had a really bad withdrawal day, and then ever since then I've been so off. I haven't been able to do anything like outside of the house by myself, see friends. It's been really terrible. I feel like a horrible person for not seeing friends and like spending time with family more. I also just get like a little bit depressed during these times because I want to spend a lot of time in bed and sleep and just have a really hard time doing anything. So I'm trying to push myself. But yeah, the last, like since Monday, which has been like 6 days, every time I go to eat, I start to have seizures, which makes no sense. Like I would be fine and then I go to eat, and I don't know if it's just like using utensils and like it's just overwhelming everything. I don't know. Anyways, so I haven't been eating that much, which is hard because if I have low blood sugar, that also triggers seizures. So I'm just like in this horrible cycle of like not feeling good, and it's never like, the only chronic pain I have is my bladder, but now I'm starting to get weird nerve pain in my right arm and my right leg of like burning and tingling and like just weird pain. And so I just like feel like I'm going downhill a little bit here. So I'm trying to hunker down and remember what it's like to not feel great and trying to just get through it. And yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you to my fam who keeps commenting with me with their experiences. Comment down below what you think caused your chronic illness. I'm super curious. If you have FND, tell me what you think or what your doctor told you. Yeah, give me a like, subscribe. I talk about FND all the time. Maybe one day I'll talk about other things, but that's just kind of what's going on in my life right now. I have Instagram. I always put that in my little description box, but if anybody wants to connect on Instagram, it's just my name, Casey Klee, and that could be fun. I also have TikTok. I feel old though for saying that I have TikTok, but again, it's Casey Klee. I don't really know how to use it, so my videos aren't that good. Anyways, this video is way too long. Bye!